Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ramblr feature videos. If you haven't seen any of our videos before, my name is Drago, and I'm a machine learning expert here at Ramblr. And in these videos, we cover all the cool new features and additions we have to our platform. Okay, and well, also if you haven't seen the previous videos, you definitely should check them out. Aside from the ones describing features, we have some really cool ones showcasing our technology. Definitely should check out this killer AR app video that we have on the website now, so Rambler.ai. But let's get to it. So on today's video, we are going to be talking about our R.Pro tool. So what is this tool? The idea is at Rambler, we have these very powerful uh, mostly automatic video annotation pipelines, right? So you come with your video, you annotate a few frames, and then the idea is that you can get a mostly full annotation in the end, which again by and large works great. But now something that's key, um, moving forward from that, sometimes you want to say adjust something in your video, or you want to correct a little mistake you made, etc., and you need this very sort of surgical level of access, and this is exactly what our pro gives us. Okay, and we're gonna do this video actually in two parts, because our pro is again quite powerful, has a lot of features. So in part one, which is right now, we're going to look at how to modify masks and categories, and part two, we're going to look at activities and relations. Okay, so let's jump right in. Here we go, as per usual, to our Get Started Today button, and we get to our projects page, go to our demo project, and today we're going to be using this kitchen video. And we go to edit annotation. It already shows there that by doing this, we access R.Pro. Okay, and this interface is very similar to our visualization tool, which you can see in a previous video. But there's a few extra buttons around, right? We can see this is in a video that's already been annotated. Someone mixing dough. We can just play it, right? They're just in the kitchen, right? Um, but again, the idea is to show you what things can we do in R.Pro, right? That we cannot do, for example, in regular annotation, where we only look at one frame. You can see here, these are the object tracks, right? These show where in any given frame there's is any given object, right? And something we can do here is, for example, if we look at this flower, right? Look at the flower here, and it's over here, right? We're gonna select it so it's highlighted. There we go. Right? We have the flower there, same flower over here. But if we look at the flower here, it tells us it's a separate object. It even has a separate ID, but we know it's the same flower, right? So something neat we can do is we can merge these two into the same object so they have a consistent ID across the entire video. To do this, I'm going to select the frame range I'm interested in. You can see there's already the flower, the green one that I had selected, and then I'm going to select also the other one, which is my target, right? And you can see some of these buttons up here became available, so they were not grayed out. And we have this merge button. There, the tooltip explains it. Here it asks me, "Are you sure?" Right? There's two objects. It tells me which frame range, etc. So you can check. And I'm like, "Yes, I'm definitely sure. Let's merge." And sure enough, now we have one object. Yay! But okay, let's say we just messed it up. We actually want, we have these three segments and we actually want the middle one to be a separate object. Well, not a problem. Same thing. We select the frame range, we select our object, and now you can see we have also a split button. So we can click here, again, confirmation, and there we go. Now we see there are two flower objects as we had before, right? Nice and seamless, okay? Well, not only that, so if we look at over here, for example, right, we can see let's look at the right hand, we'll select it so it's highlighted, right, we can see the right hand is through here, But turns out we actually don't want it, say, annotated in this segment, right? So what we can do is select the frame range, and you can see there's also a delete button. So we can click delete, again, asks for confirmation, and we delete it. And then sure enough, there's a, we're gonna select it again, there's hand mask, hand mask, no hand mask for all of these frames, right? Until we hit, of course, the next edge, and da-da, there's a hand mask again. Now, this is the feature I'm going to show now is one of the most powerful features in R.Pro. Again, something that we normally do in our automated pipeline, but that you can also just do manually for these kinds of modifications, and is propagating masks. So we know the hand is in this frame range, right? Except now, again, we deleted it. The system has no idea about those masks, but we can tell it, I want you to propagate the mask that's over here across this frame range where you haven't seen it. And we can do exactly that. We can go and propagate. It asks us again, are you sure? And I'm telling it, okay, this is my reference frame where the mask is right now, right? And I'm propagating over that range. Let's do it. And then what it does, I'm just going to make the range disappear, is right now, as we do other stuff, we can go do other propagations and renamings and such. It's going to propagate the mask of that hand across this range, and it's going to show us progress here. So while that is thinking, we're going to do something else, which is the other button up here, which is to change category. We're going to leave the hand alone, and we're going to go to spoon. Okay, so there's a spoon there. Okay, it's clearly a spoon, but turns out I decided it's actually a fork. So I go and change category. I go to fork. I change it, and magically, ta-da! Well, lo and behold, it is now a fork, or at least the computer thinks it's a fork. Here now you can see how the mass propagation is ongoing, right, to cover that segment. We can click on the segment here. It's already finished, in fact. So it's showing us which segment did it run on. And then we can check, and oh, lo and behold, let me just select the hand. Again, these masks came now from nowhere, right? They were not there before. They were completely deleted, but we're able to propagate this information across this gap, right? Thanks to our stack of models. And this is exactly what we use in our automated tool. So again, normally you would do this just fully automatically, but now because we needed extra access here, we can do it manually, right? And fix it in this video. Now, last thing I wanted to show you, it's of course, okay, these are all sort of like whole video level annotations, but we can also access the full power of the single frame annotation tool. So we can just click here where it says, oh, annotate frame. And sure enough, now we can do everything we do normally with annotation frames. So I'm just gonna change this here, right? So we can actually add a new mask, for example. We can, use SAM to add a new mask right there, right? We can add a category. We can also just add from the categories we already have. We can edit masks we already have there. So for example, I can add more masks with SAM, right, to it, or I can modify it, right? I can just, oh, goodbye hand, sorry, right? Everything we have in our regular annotation tool at your disposal to, again, surgically insert changes that are needed in the annotation, okay? And yeah, with that, we are done for part one. So definitely tune in for part two, where we're going to show you how to look at and modify attributes and relations in R.Pro. But for now, yeah, we're all set here. So thanks so much for tuning in. Bye bye.